Harold. I'm sure that Malphite can. I just think that Malphite in practice can't farm as well as Mundo, often falls behind in gold. And then Mundo just three groups now, basically an S tier, A tier, and B tier. This is our kind of like our middle group, the A tier. EDG seems to be a little better. We'll list those gyros. Oh, was that level 2 for Yayo? Was that for... Huh. No, he started with the Ricochet, so we must have had level 2 from the minion before that. Funnily enough, Monkey, not the first Mundo jungle player to exist on WE. Hang, the jungler beforehand, was pretty much the only Mundo jungle player in LPL for a while. So EDG's bot lane really getting a leg up on About and Yayo. I'd imagine both these teams have played that bot lane matchup a lot to understand that that's a break point. Level 1, if Sivir can ghost at you and get an auto attack reset, that's probably a big turning point in the lane. So if you deny the auto attack reset, then probably the all-in late is a little harder. Monkey walking bot side. I don't really think there's much for you to... Interesting. Malphite going top side, likely to recall soon. What you tend to do is recall in the enemy jungle, and as you're recalling at the end of it, you drop a ward over the wall. Means you have information for the second cleared jungle. Mundo will do the same on bot side most likely, but he's actually walked... No, he put a ward a little bit shallower. Put one in Tribrush, but he's not exactly tracking the enemy jungle path. So what happens now in this jungle matchup is... once you get to kind of first reset and first item, mid-game, Mundo really has a lot more damage. Hang on, the Chompers land. That's a big mistake, Yao Yao. Melee's compared to playing a Enchanter very, very different. Yao Yao goes down for the first death of the game. Big mistake. Palkia got the kill. Yeah, he did, but it means you get full wave. You can drop a like or review onto any of these, really. Makes a lot of sense. But it makes a lot of difference to us because we're kind of starting to try and make our way through the social algorithm, right? Cool to see a lot of viewership on YouTube for Onivia as well. Of course, the thing is, obviously, with every year there are new... with us. I'm really going to have to catch up with this. Wow. Nice. Okay, I just watched a clip on the old Twitter. Thank you so much for the resub, Time Lord. Appreciate you. Or the sub. I don't know whether that's just one of those... because when it shows up like that with the announcements, sometimes it's like someone's gifted a sub and you're just basically reconfirming it, which is cool. Watch, but there's behind like a paywall because, I mean, you know, I see value in doing them. They can be quite energy intensive to do, but I'm trying to think about doing different things. You know, trying to make actually a bit more of a career out of it, you know? So what happened here? So this is what happened here. He got hit by the Morning Mist, and then those things hit him. And then what happened here? Did he just get hit by another one? What happened? And he just cashed, which he couldn't use to escape this one now. Of course, if EDG win this, we go to a third game. I tell you what, though, folks, I am missing Blind Pick Game 3. I feel like Fearless Game 3... I know that technically Fearless is meant to be at its peak in later games of the series. I talked about this on a couple of podcasts now at this point. I'm starting to not like last games of it. No, I know. I'm continuing to not like... Movements around the map with 10 seconds until Dragon Xiaohao. Oh my god, Karis. Flip. Not quite. Not quite. Xiaohao could have flash ulted that into the combo. Jumping on towards leave. Ghost pops immediately, about out of mana. Jinx cancelling the recall with the ult. Thank you for the follow there, Patchy. Leave, continuing to push in here. Storm Razor first. Interesting. Yes, that is an item again, by the way. Storm Razor added back into the game. Hungarian LCK gang arrived. Oh, did LCK just finish? I saw that Tier 1 were very dominant in that game 3. Saw a Doran triple kill, which was cool. Oh, don't mind the stutters in the stream, by the way. There's no clean feed. The clean feed's going... The clean feed for LPL is in a weird spot right now, so we do actually have some stutters. It's just the way that it is. We hope that it'll fix itself over time, but you have to be prepared for occasional Nocturne ults, effectively. Q and trap in ZDZ in the cage. Yeah, there were some bot lane shenanigans where Leave managed to land effectively 2 free ball Jinx traps onto first Yao Yao and then a minute later onto Monkey, which led to kills. But Palkia picks up all of those kills. So we now, oh my god, guys, we have a Protoplasm first Rel. This is great. This is great because one of my issues with pro support low HP, and then what happened on the top side was Cube flashed for a solo kill, which under ZDZ's turret, but then also died in the attempt, and then died twice after because he didn't have flash. Leave and About trading off in the mid lane. For those of you who don't know About was on Gen.G Global Academy last year, so he's come from the LCK CL in the Gen.G system. And he got a player of the game last game for a Varus game, which was very impactful. It was a very good game for EDG up until the big objectives happened. The potential shove, well, there's no shove back here. Good flick back, flashes away. Can Monkey just full on die? Well, he's certainly going to try. Flashes forwards for the heart steal, and he has a lot of healing. Teleport coming through from Not. I think Monkey just walks it out. Xiaohe coming down. Ult in 5 seconds. Who does he go on to? ZDZ might end up taking him down, and indeed he will. They split. Divide and conquer. Karis slides away and fight. Please give him another kill. Please give Palkia another kill. It would be so funny. He's walking away. He's had enough. Bloodthirsty enough. First assist of the game for the Rala. Xiaohe picks up the kill. Oh my god. Does it count as PvE as if you fight Malphite? Isn't it PvR? Player versus rock. Player versus rock gaming. You know, the things I do for comedy. Cube punting away at that turret. Jinx ult was being used technically for wave clear there. It does go wide. It's 2 in a row now, which he's missed. Xiaohe didn't use his ult, by the way. Cube has flash. Turret's down. He's dead, I think. Yeah. Cube sticks around too long. This is something we know about Cube. He will often overstay in a lane and die. Loving you on Summoning Insight? Well, thank you. It's been, you know, I vaguely grew up with Summoning Insight now, you know? I guess I was a little old for that, but... You know, something which inspired me in my esports journey with Monty and Thorin Wright, being able to actually be on the show. I mean, I was on there as a guest, to actually be the actual co-host, but that was a very special experience. I hope that people are enjoying it. Hoping that it's good content for you all. And now next week, we'll actually have, you know, games to talk about, you know. Some gold there. Objective Bounty was taken by Cube. Talia walking up there doesn't have teleport. Would have to use ultimate to get back to the plate. Monkey's passive still down. Hang on, Monkey's not safe here. The traps are very threatening. Monkey gets the Lulu ultimate. He's sticking around the play for quite a long time. Saves himself somehow. Didn't have the flash for that play. Walking forwards. Xiaohe could ult. Remember, that Malphite ult is just being held. Cube came down to the play, leaving that side lane. Talia in with the wall now. Dragon is available. Would be 3rd dragon for EDG. Very threatening, that. Azir turret. Put up in mid lane. Baron was started, but then again with a tank jungler, you can kind of peel off of it whenever you want. As he's walking down towards Cube, and there goes Angel. Is there going to be a Baron response on the other side? Cube, can they catch him? Teleport coming down. Actually, no, they want to fight this. ZDZ's taking a ton of damage. I understand why. Is it coming down? He has plenty of damage. ZDZ's probably dead here. Goes Mega. Doesn't have flash to confirm an ultimate onto these two. Gets the slow. Does he get the stun there? We're zooming out because there's a fight on the other side. Monkey caught out. If the jungler goes down, then that's another situation altogether. Meganar used. Monkey caught out still, but the Wild Growth is put in. Teleport behind them from the Yorick. And I wonder whether EDG have messed up around the late game again. Xiaohe, he's getting some healing coming through. I don't know if it'll be enough. Indeed, it will. He'll be safe. EDG lose 1 in a play that they started. Xiaohe does have ult. He doesn't have the HP to use it now. He needs to heal off of Krugs. That's why he's going up there and leaving the scene of the crime. Gold lead is now gone. Dragon available. I don't think EDG can fight it. EDG, what has happened? The late game is just not good enough from them. WB so much more clutch. Job. Very cool if you can drop a like or a follow if you're enjoying the content in this gameplay or also wondering what the heck is happening. Angel flies in. Gets that wall down. Monkey taking damage. They go onto the jungler, and the jungler's dead! There's no smite! There's no smite! Oh, EDG, it's just the fight which they need. Sweep. Goes onto... Well, goes on to Leave. Leave can't get himself out into the plate. Good Meganar gets onto Karis, so that carry for carry down. Xiaohe decides, screw this, I'm taking the Baron. Kills the jungler, gets the objective. EDG walk out, losing the AD carrier, but taking 2 down and the Baron. Okay, so WE, it's their turn to... Clean feed stuttering again. Again, apologies for that. Can't really control it, sadly. Turret goes down. Baron buff being used well by Leah rocks. So right, hang on. The ultimate coming through from Sivir, going on to ZDZ. He does have an ult threat. He's trying to jump over the wall. Can he get there in time? Yes, just about. Sterak saves his life. Very close, though. Playing with the edge of his HP bar there. Does not have teleport. Sivir ult down. Passive out of Monkey. Tanky enough to walk it off. Mundo has become such enough damage anyway. Yeah, the anti-heal would be really nice. In fairness, it would be. You'd expect someone to get it. Fight around the mid lane, maybe. Palkia takes a chunk from Monkey. Dragon is available. Mountain Soul, of course, would be the prize. Well, not for this one, but for the one after. Leave. Hit by a slow leave. You gotta be careful with that Sivir ult pop. Redemption put down, and Leave's caught again. He doesn't have flash. He doesn't have ghost. Good damage onto Monkey. Carrots goes for the shuffle and manages to get a whole bunch of them. Leave goes down. The Jinx has not been very effective this game, and this time Angel goes down. Karis is carrying WE with these sweeps. Their only form of engage. About will find a rock, take a chisel to it, and Xiao Hao. This is Xiao Hao's been. Cube will walk down midline. This might be the game. It might be the series. EDG, the big objectives have not been their friend at all. The early game's going in their favor, but the objectives are just not their game today. WE may well finish us off for a 4-game day. It will at least be the inhibitor. 10 seconds left on Leaf. I think they can do it. I think they can. Despite the early game domination from Edward Gaming, despite them coming in as favorites, WE apparently do not give a damn. Much more clutch, much more effective in the team fights around the objectives. Team WE, send EDG pack.